to disrupt a key link in the global supply chain. And Yuko Fukushima is here to explain. Hi, Yuko.
Hi, Aki.
So we've all seen the typhoons and the wildfires. This climate change risk hasn't gotten much attention, right?
That's right. The risk I want to focus on today is water shortages. It's not as fast moving as typhoons, wildfires, and flooding, but even so, bad news for business. That's because a lack of rainfall is creating havoc for transportation of goods, and some of the world's most important shipping routes are falling victim. The latest trouble spot to appear on shipping radars is the Panama Canal. A severe drought is draining water levels in the canal, and that's not good. Here's why. The Panama Canal links the Pacific and Atlantic Oceans. It is an essential gateway for moving goods from Asia to the United States, especially to destinations like New York and Boston. Billions of dollars worth of goods pass through the canal every year. This route accounts for almost 60% of container ship cargo transported from Asia to the U.S. East Coast last year. But then came the drought. Low water levels mean fewer vessels can pass through each day, and the Panama Canal authorities say ships without reservations have to wait up to 10 days. The usual wait is about 5 days. Experts say many of the goods coming from Asia are bound not only to the United States but also to Europe. So they say that the Panama bottleneck could have dire consequences for shipping, especially if the restrictions continue through to the Christmas holiday season.
But Yuko, why would less rainwater be so important for the canal? I mean, doesn't it use seawater?
Well, actually, the Panama Canal is full of rainwater pumped in from nearby lakes. Now, the canal uses a water lock system to elevate ships passing through it. That's because the narrow strip of land between the Atlantic and Pacific Oceans is not flat. And the water used in each lock comes from surrounding lakes. If the lake's water levels are low, there is less water for ships to pass through. Each ship requires some 200 million liters of water to move it through the locks.
For the Panama Canal, this is a worrying and difficult situation that's very complicated. The transit of ships through the canal depends solely on fresh water, and we get that from the rain.
Authorities said in late August that unless the area gets some heavy rain and soon, restrictions on the flow of ship could last for a year.
December isn't that far off. With the holidays coming, goods for the shopping period are being delivered. Some clients have approached us because winter is around the corner, and growing shipments of energy products will increase traffic. They are getting worried about the lines.
Yuko, what are container ship operators saying about the situation?
Well, they're getting worried. I talked to a person in charge of managing risks at NYK Line. That's one of the largest shipping companies in Japan. And he says the industry could soon be in big trouble.
The impact will be quite significant. There is not enough water. We need to lighten the weight of the vessels so that the ships can travel in shallower waters. That means we need to reduce the amount of cargo we carry on our container ships.
And Kamiya says cost increases is inevitable, so this is a problem for all of us.
So what's the outlook for the situation? Any rain on the horizon?
Well, experts say April to December is the rainy season in the region, and that's followed by the dry season. So if we see little rainfall up to December, then the water shortages could get worse. Well, Kamiya says they still have their hopes pinned on a wet, rainy season, but big risks remain.
Recently, the president of our company met Panama's ambassador to Japan. He was told that the weather-related problem should improve going forward. But if problems continue in the rainy season, if there is not enough rainfall, that will lead to further shortages of water. If that happens, there is a high possibility that restrictions on vessels passing through the canal will continue for the next year. That would have a huge impact on our business, and we are very concerned.
I can see this happening more and more. I mean, severe weather conditions, events are happening all around the world. Can anything be done about this particular problem?
Well, I came across one technology solution, and this comes from Germany. A drought and heat waves in that region are leading to lower water levels in the Rhine River. It is the country's most important shipping route. But nothing like a crisis to sharpen minds. Shipbuilders came up with a new type of cargo vessel. It can transport heavy loads even at lower water levels. Worth noting, this ship does cost twice as much to build as a conventional one.
The ship is very innovative, and I'm sure there will be more ships of this kind in the future.
So another case of businesses adapting to changing environments.
Yes, and I think, we're going to see a lot more of these inventive solutions in the coming years. Businesses have to adapt. Climate change is giving them no other choice.